I remember way back in elementary school, sitting in the audience, and on the stage were these performers, and they were performing comedy, and they were in costumes, and I was in awe. I remember finding out later, you can do that as a job? I was sold from that moment on, and I've never been far from the stage. So I did my initial work as a journalist because I love to write. That's my second love. But I found out that journalism wasn't the life for me, and I turned down a job at some news place called CNN. It took a while for my family to live that one down. So I worked as a performer up in Los Angeles. I was doing the LA thing, but then I just got tired of LA and I wanted to come back to San Diego. And I remember it was a bright and sunny day, and I was driving south, and I looked to the west, and there's the ocean, and it's like, why did I ever leave? I went to the colleges because that's where a lot of job opportunities are. And I looked on one of the job boards, and it said University of San Diego, Master of Fine Arts Program, Administrative Assistant, in conjunction with the Old Globe Theater, which I had always loved. I auditioned for the MFA program, and I didn't get in. I asked them, well, why didn't you take me? What do I need to do? They told me I needed more classical training. So for the next year, that's all I did. I found things that were classical. I kind of created opportunities for myself so that I could bulk up my resume. And I went in and I auditioned the following year, and I was just so excited to be there that I forgot my opening line of my monologue. I just froze. And Craig Knoll, who founded the Old Globe Theater, fed me the line, and it was like a stopper coming out of the dike, and then I was able to go into my monologue. That was really the beginning of my professional career. Ironically, I never thought I was going to be a teacher. I would be performing, I'd be understudying for a show, plus performing in a show at night. But they would say, oh, well, we have this class, or we have this monologue workshop. Would you want to teach a class, or just help out with coaching these monologues? And I really found that I loved it. And so I started doing both. I had one very wonderful professor who said, do not fill your life with those who vex your spirit. When I think of it in a very specific way, I think, is that person benefiting my life? Are they benefiting my faith? I look at my acting, my interests, my ability. God has given me this gift, and I have to unwrap it. And that's the training, and that's the experience. I found that my work ethic is really what has gotten me through a lot, because I wasn't afraid to go the extra mile. And a good, solid sense of work ethic, people acknowledge that. I auditioned for a show and drove 50 miles a day and had one line. Someone asked, why are you doing that? And I said, because that's my job. And I enjoy doing it.
It's always super fun working with the cast and the crew with our director, Professor Bitsko.
It was exciting for me because I've never done a musical. When you actually see it happening, you feel proud about all your work.
It was different in the fact that for most productions, say for a community theater, we'll normally have 4 or 5 months.